5 questions you should never ask your partner. There are questions you can ask your partner and that will make you look bad in their eyes. In fact, they might even decide not to be in a relationship with you because of the questions that you ask them. 5 questions that you should always avoid at all cost. Number 1, what is your body count? Now, this type of question is trying to dig into their past. This type of question is trying to resurrect some of their past wounds, some of the things they did, and they're trying to bury them. And it's like you're coming to excavate those wounds again. In fact, that's something you should avoid at all cost. Also, even if you know, how does it help you? Bible says in Isaiah 43 verse 18, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I am doing a new thing. Number 2, am I better than your ex? No, what sort of a question is that? You're trying to compare yourself with someone who is not even in the picture, with someone who actually hurt your partner at all. Avoid this type of questions. Comparisons show you're not confident with yourself. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 10 verse 12, not that we have the audacity to venture to class or even to compare ourselves with some who exalt and furnish testimonies for themselves. However, when they measure themselves with themselves and compare themselves with one another, they are without understanding and behave unwisely. Number 3, am I good enough for you? Now, this is a question of someone who does not have self-esteem, self-confidence, self-awareness. Now they are wondering, am I good enough for you? It's like you're looking down on yourself, and anytime a partner thinks you don't think of yourself as valuable, they also don't see yourself as valuable. Bible says in Hebrews 10 verse 35, so do not throw away your confidence, it will be richly rewarded. Number 4, do you regret being with me? You see, there are people who tend to think that anytime you're with someone, you have actually made their lives more difficult, or things are happening in your life and you think, maybe I'm the problem, maybe I'm the issue. Now, here is a big thing. Avoid looking down on yourself and thinking that you are a mistake. You are not a mistake in their life. God knew this is where you'd be even before the foundations of the earth. Bible says, I even chose you. Bible says in Ephesians 1 verse 11, in him you are also chosen, having been predestined according to the plan of him who works out everything in conformity with the purpose of his will. Number 5, why do you always do this? But they're using that always. It makes it look like this is a common thing. This is a pattern that this person gets to do. That means you keep keeping a record of wrongs. That means you're not someone that forgives and forgets. And no one wants to be that kind of a person that always has a record of all the wrongs you did since the last 10 or 20 years. Bible says in 1 Peter 4 verse 7, above all, love each other deeply, because love covers a multitude of sins. Offer hospitality to one another without grumbling. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve each other as faithful stewards of God's grace in his various forms. Love covers a multitude of sins. Stop keeping a record of all the wrongs. Now, this type of questions, they will make you to have a big rift between yourself and your partner.